Hey Scorpio. Okay, so this is part 3, and my cat is looking at me so strangely. He just came downstairs from his nap, and he's like, who is this woman? This hat is actually really uncomfortable right now, especially in this heat, but in the spirit of Halloween and Scorpio season. Happy birthday, Scorpio. I had to pause the readings because my space gets incredibly hot during the day and my laptop was overheating. And then as I was trying to record your reading again, there was the craziest wind and my chimes fell off the hook they were on. The cards were flying everywhere. I tried to get through Scorpio, Sag, and half of Capricorn, but the cards were actually falling on the floor. The energy was a little unsettling, and I kept getting, because my chimes fell off the hook, and this is what I always say when I do a reading, whatever happens in the reading, in the environment, has something to do with the reading. And I've been getting a lot of those physical signs lately. So when I was doing Leo, the sun was, and it wasn't planned that way, but the sun was directly overhead and the sun rules over Leo. My laptop just crashed, and it was just after I had said that after Leo, I'm going to take a bit of a break to ground my energy, because that is what we are needing right now, Scorpio, especially in your season. But because my chimes fell off, and this is what happened during your reading, and Sag and Cappy, and chimes are air energy. There's something to do with communication that is very difficult at the moment. I felt shaky in the energy. I felt unsettled in the energy and very ungrounded. And what was coming through for you, Scorpio, was about boundaries. It was about communicating your boundaries. It was about intuition and downloading, a lot of spiritual downloads coming, and about you moving on from a situation where you've been investing in that you haven't seen the results of your efforts. And it's about pivoting and changing direction, which for a fixed sign like Scorpio can be extremely difficult. The veil is very thin right now, and this transformation, I feel like what Scorpio season is doing for us this year particularly, because the energies this year have been one of alchemization. There's some potent energy going on, and you will see a rise in healers, a rise in, accounts, socials, everything around healing, around stepping into self-worth, around ascension, spiritual growth. And that is, the 9-year energy. 9 is the ending of the numerology cycle, and it has to do with big transformational energy. And it's the year that was going to and is bringing us to our knees if we are not going to shift. It's a year that makes us so uncomfortable that you have to step into the change, step into the difficult change, as hard as that may be, because transformation and healing is not a walk in the park. It definitely is not. And that is why there is a need for rest and for grounding, and that's also what came out for you. But let's see what comes out again now, Scorpio. Sorry, I'm just downloading what I'm getting. Okay, Spirit, please and thank you for the sign of Scorpio. Confusion. Some confusion here, Scorpio. 7 of Cups is about illusion. And Neptune has just come back into Pisces. And that is, Neptune is the planet of illusion. So we can get caught up in realities that are not really realities, but our own perceived reality based off of our emotional experiences, because cups are emotional energy. You are putting a stop to this now, Scorpio, is what I'm feeling. And this is Neptune energy. with the Ace of Cups here, together the 7 and the Ace makes up the 8 of Cups, which is walking away from that energy, and it's about self-love. So no more confusion in your space, Scorpio, is what I'm feeling for you. I'm going to draw from 4 separate decks for Scorpio, please and thank you. Please ground my energy. Negative energy must leave the space now. King of Wands, card of Leo, fixed energy as well. Just like your energy, Scorpio, but very charming king. A king of fire. And the king of creation, the king of creativity. It's fire energy. So it does feel like you are burning away a lot of what is holding you back, Scorpio. And that is your energy. Your energy is the scorpion to the eagle to the phoenix. And the phoenix is all about burning away that which no longer serves us. And it is a very painful, deep, transformative process to go through, because we literally, it is a death of previous versions of ourselves as we ascend. And I feel, this is your energy ascending into masculine energy. You are ready to bring new action and new seeds forward into the world, Scorpio, is what I'm sensing with this card. Looking on, on towards new horizons is what I'm feeling for you. And at the bottom of this deck, the 10 of Pentacles, which is the card of abundance in the physical world. So looking at abundance from a different point of view, Scorpio, and bringing in this energy of being able to hold that level of abundance because of the self-love that you are working on. Light Seers for Scorpio, please and thank you. Wow, another card of Leo. So you could be dealing with the Leo, Scorpio. The card of strength, and that is also the King of Wands energy. So discovering the courage again, to step into your calling, into your truth. Major Arcana. And what's interesting is that it's a card of safety as well. So before you've had to muster up the strength and the courage is just what I'm sensing, but you didn't feel safe in that energy. So it was kind of a forced energy, a performative energy. But what this energy is bringing and what you are, stepping into now, Scorpio, is feeling safe, because a lamb would not lie so peacefully next to a lioness if it was feeling any danger whatsoever. So it's about conquering both the lamb and the lion within you, Scorpio, knowing when to take action, which is the masculine energy, and knowing when to receive, which is the feminine energy. It's about balancing both of those energies. I do also sense that you are moving in between different timelines and realms at the moment. This is something that I've been experiencing, especially during Scorpio season, is going back into different timelines. And look at this heart center space here. This is also about self-worth and self-confidence, Scorpio. So working on your feelings of unworthiness here. And reciprocity. So in the past, this has caused some anxiety, but you are starting to see the light in the situation with this white energy here. So definitely some insights coming forward from your healing, Scorpio. And the final card for Scorpio before we move on to Sag. For Scorpio. This confusion energy, but at the bottom of the deck, again, the 10 of Pentacles. So now we've got a repeating message. Abundance. You may have felt a block in your life with regards to abundance, Scorpio, but it's because of your own, blocks around your worthiness and your ability to receive abundance. Regardless of what that looks like, that doesn't have to be material abundance, that could also be love. What I'm asking, what they are asking me to say is to look at what is it that you don't want to see when it comes to your blocks around receiving and abundance. Because the Two of Swords is a card about indecision. It's a card about blocking your heart space, blocking your solar plexus space, which is your sense of worthiness, and blocking how you show up in the world, wanting to remain blissfully ignorant in a way to your calling. And I do feel like there's a powerful calling coming in for you, Scorpio, that you are going to sense very deeply. And it might come in with this full moon in Taurus, your opposite sign. I think that's happening on, around the 20th of November. I might be wrong. But it is going to come in for you. It's going to be quite clear, what it is that is preventing you from stepping into your full light. And you are going to find the strength and the courage to do this. And what the result is going to be, Scorpio, is this sense of abundance. And behind that card, no more feeling, and this is a card of Scorpio, no more looking at the past with regret and ignoring what is, behind you. There's two fresh cups behind you. If you are willing to turn around and not look at what has already been spoiled, there is an opportunity to begin again here. So a lot of healing happening here for you, Scorpio. I hope that resonated. Let me know in the comments. Okay, so Sag, let's see. Sag, what's going on with your energy? Sag, in the reading I tried to do earlier that I couldn't finish because there was just chaos happening all around me. Literally chaos. I was getting a sense of breaking family tradition, or doing something out of the ordinary, out of the template, out of the box. Moving away from, the traditional way of doing things. And following your intuition. So let's see, Sag. But it was in your reading that the cards kept dropping. They kept falling. It was an unsettling energy. So what I was picking up is that you could be the first person in your community, in your family, in your tribe, the first person in your people, if that makes sense, to do this. And it could be causing, a lot of unsettling energy or anxiety, because it's something so radical and so unexpected for your family or your friends. And you are probably going to have a lot of opinions around it, a lot of backlash around it. But you are realizing that you can't continue to choose, and this is very similar to your last love reading, that you can't continue to choose out of a mere sense of obligation. Yes, that is the noble thing to do, but it can, there's a very fine line between nobility and martyrdom. And when we are in martyrdom energy, we tend to overextend at the sacrifice of ourselves. And spirituality isn't about that. It isn't about self-sacrifice in order to serve everyone around you. You aren't able to fully serve and step into your own power and calling if you are overextending, and if everything is about other people's opinions, or carrying the burden of the weight of what everyone's expectations of you are. Okay, now let's see again, Sag. Let's see what comes through for you, Sag. Tower moment. Card of Scorpio. Scorpio season. This tower is an unexpected event, but it's come in to shake you up a little. It's a wake-up call. It's the way of God, Source, the universe revealing to us where we are no longer at peace, because anything built on a foundation that is not stable is going to fall when there is a dramatic event. And this is what Scorpio season is bringing in for a lot of us, is alchemizing this transformation. This is the wake-up call that brings you to your knees, you know, that kind of makes you look at life from a different perspective and have to rebuild from the ground up. And now you have the opportunity to build again in a new way. And this was the energy I was sensing, the sudden, unexpected, radical shift in what you are bringing into your space that's going to shock a lot of people. At the bottom of this deck is the Ace of Wands, so a new passionate beginning here for you. A transformation. If you look at this butterfly energy, and the Wands energy is your energy, Sag. This is a new beginning. This could even be a relocation for some of you. This could be a new career, a new beginning in the way you show up, and in love as well. A passionate new beginning. Whatever the situation is, Sag, that is causing you to break free from old ways of being, is something that ignites passion in you. And this is what has, you know, inspired you to bring about this transformation. Come, magic. Come. My cat is staring at me. Come. Come, my boy. Hello. What else for Sag? Hello. What else for Sag? Please and thank you. So magic has come in to bless your reading. I don't think he recognizes me with this witch hat on. So wish fulfillment, Sag. Wish fulfillment. But this is about you not blocking your wish fulfillment anymore. Because if you look at his body language, you know, he's kind of blocking his heart space, blocking his solar plexus, not feeling worthy to reach for his wishes, not feeling worthy enough or deserving enough to reach for what he actually wants. This is genie energy. You know, it's everything that you've been wishing for. If you had to have a genie in your life, what are the things that you would wish for? What are the things that you desire? And are you now going to go after this, Sagittarius? It's about leaving behind, you know, anything that has been burdening you. The bottom of the deck is the card of Capricorn, the Queen of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn here, but this is also about grounding your energy and starting something new, or sitting with this vision that you want to bring forth, sitting with the seed that you want to bring forth into the material world, not rushing forward in typical Sagittarius energy, but really grounding and earthing yourself in this energy and understanding what it is that your next step is going to be in a very practical way, which is what Capricorn energy is about. And it's less about rushing forward, but you're making a very stoic, practical decision here about the situation. It might be practical, but it still has to do with something that ignites passion within you, Sag. What else? I'm just drawing 4 cards from 4 different decks. Self-love and a new beginning in love. So this is about your heart space. This is about your heart center. It's about self-love. You know, you could actually be physically feeling something happening in your heart space or solar plexus space right now, Sag. I know I've been feeling that, like my heart physically feeling like it's breaking, or pain in the solar plexus area. And this is the rewiring that's happening. These are the new beginnings coming in for us. Our DNA is actually shifting. Our way of being is shifting. Our nervous systems are changing as we make these big, bold, sudden, huge decisions towards our own alignment. And what it's bringing in is new beginnings and manifestations. And this is an emotional new beginning. And so it has to do with heart space. It has to do with sacral energy space as well. So your creativity coming in again for you, Sag, if you felt a block in this area. This is also about resting up and allowing the lessons to integrate and feeling the emotions and not bypassing them. Saggies tend to, the shadow side of Sag is to be in toxic positivity, because you don't want to face what it feels like to sit in the emotion. But what then happens is that, that emotion does not go away. It crystallizes. And you can either transmute it by releasing it, and the only way we release it is to sit through it, to feel it, to cry if you need to. Tears actually release hormones that, balance stress in our body. So when we withhold our emotion, it's actually calcifying and acidifying the body. So you could be, and I feel like there could be some physical symptoms you are experiencing, like headaches or acid in the body, acid reflux, gout, joint pain even, and that's withholding. So this is coming in to help you release, Sag. So allow the flow of the emotion. At the bottom of this deck was the Queen of Wands. That's a card of Aries. That's a passionate energy, and that is, it's so funny, that's like, looks just like my black cat Magic. And I'm an Aries rising. So this is, kind of the energy. It's the Aries or Queen of Wands energy is a very creative energy. She stands in her power. She's very magnetic. When she walks into a room, you can feel it immediately. You can feel the energy shift. She's a queen of manifesting, the queen of creativity, and the queen of sensuality. So this is the energy coming in for you. You could also be dealing with an Aries, Sag. But this is what you are coming into for yourself. And then final card for Sag. That energy is better. I feel so much better. It's like I released, because the first time I tried to do your reading, I felt this energy. I felt so unsettled. I felt so ungrounded, but that's the Scorpio season energy. But then when your cards started falling all over the place, I realized, okay, this is something big. This is something that Sag is really shifting in their space. And again, this is all about free will. So this is not a proclamation or an announcement that it is going to happen. Disclaimer, it is all about free will. So whether you choose to break the mold, whether you choose to step into this healing, is your choice entirely. And that's going to determine the outcome of the situation. We always have a choice. Okay, one more card for Sag, please and thank you. The Hanged Man, which is the card of Pisces. It is about pause. Again, an energy of pause that's coming through in your reading. And this is really about looking at things from a different perspective. This is a major arcana, so it is about healing. Pisces energy is a very intuitive energy. So it's about tapping into your intuition, looking at things from a different perspective, and pausing before taking any action on whatever the situation is or whatever the next step is. And again, wish fulfillment. So this is about your wish fulfillment, Sag. And look at this abundance in this card. When she's willing to receive and let go. That's another thing I've been picking up, is this energy of receiving. In the twin flame readings, in the other readings, there's been an energy of working with the energy of receiving and allowing ourselves to receive. And you might not even realize that you block receiving, but just notice how your nervous system or your body reacts if someone wants to give you something, for nothing, like love, unconditional love, or a free dinner, or just gifting you something. What is it that goes on for you when that happens? And that will tell you a lot about whether you are in the space of truly receiving. And that is the feminine energy, that is about flowing, that is about birthing new things into the world. But we can only do that when we are able to receive the seeds that are being planted and coming forth and being gifted to us. So it is about stepping into this energy of receiving, Sag, and behind that, the King of Swords, into your truth. And that is how you are going to be able to determine, where it is that you are blocking this abundance, if it is being blocked. It's about alignment. So I hope that helped, Sag. Let me know in the comments. All right, Capricorn.